Hey you guys, welcome back to FedBiz Exchange. I'm Michelle Brown, your coach and your mentor. In this video, I want to talk to you about getting paid from your federal contracts. How fast will the government pay you? So let's get into it. Hey you guys, real quick, I want to remind you before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also don't forget you have Ask MichelleB for any business or government contracting questions. So now let's talk about it. Well, it used to be that lots of small businesses believed that it wasn't good to do business with the federal government because it takes them a long time to pay. First of all, that's never really been true. What was true was that primes, the larger companies, were the ones that had the position where they would get the payments and then they would pay the subcontractors. Well, now that small businesses are learning how to be primes themselves, they don't have to wait on these larger companies. I'm not saying every company was lying, but most of the time they were the ones holding up the money. We don't know how fast they were getting paid. But what I do know is back during the Obama administration, President Obama needed to create hundreds of thousands of jobs quickly. So he went through some of the small business acts to see what he could do to make things happen faster so that you could get paid faster, because he knew, his administration understood, that if small businesses are being paid their money faster and timely, they will do more business with us. Remember, the government does nothing. They need small businesses and big businesses to do everything. They handle very little internally within the government system. So they know you need your money so that you can do more. You can pay your employees, you can do more business with the government. So because of that, Obama entered into a clause in the Small Business Act that said small businesses must be paid within 7 to 14 days. That's been going on for quite a few years now. And guess what? It happens just like that. You would be surprised. Sometimes I see people get paid within 3 to 5 days. But first, you have to deliver the product or the service under the contract. And that depends on how long the contract is. So even if the contract is for years and years, you could be paid on a weekly basis, you could be paid on a monthly basis, or you could work something out where there's a bi-weekly payment. It depends on how the contracting officer sets it up. But most of the time with products, I know for me, as soon as you deliver, even if you deliver early, you can get paid early. So you deliver on the 15th, it's not unusual for you to see a paycheck in your account, in your business account, within 5 days of that, by the 20th, provided everything is checked off. They check the product, make sure it is what you say it is, and then they go ahead and release the payment. Now for services, services can be just a little bit different. That's where you need to consider and look at your contract to determine if you want to be paid on a monthly basis. That may be too long for some. Of course, that means you would have to put out money up front, whether it's for employees or no matter what it's for. You don't want to have to do that. So I would suggest, if you're starting out, you get your first contract and it's a service, make sure the contract allows you to invoice the government weekly or bi-weekly. That way you won't need any funding. So that's the best way to do it. And then also you will have to do something that we call making sure you're set up for WAWF, W-A-W-F. That is how you get set up in the system. This is how you can check to make sure that you won't be passed over for a contract because you're not set up in the system. If you're set up to win contracts, or at least before you do your first bid or after you do your first bid, please make sure you go and set yourself up for WAWF, because if you're not set up, they could pass you over because it could take you a few weeks to get set up for WAWF. Okay. Also, if you're going to do business with the Veterans Administration, you should make sure that you have at minimum a business profile with the Veterans Administration.